Hey everybody, my name is Cosmic, and I've been playing a lot of Mei recently, and I've discovered that she's actually really powerful, and she's become one of my favorite heroes to play. Before I started playing her, I assumed she was pretty bad, because every time I see one on my team, it feels like they're only just cock-blocking me with the ice wall or off somewhere completely random and being totally useless. But after playing her, I've discovered her kit is actually really good, and there's a lot you can do with it. You just gotta know what to do, and be careful with what you do. So her primary fire is the slushy cannon, which you can use to completely immobilize people, and then execute them in the cold blood while they're completely defenseless. It's pretty brutal, but also immensely satisfying. And the best part about it is that it goes through things like D.Va's defense matrix and Genji's like reflection. So there really isn't anybody that you can't one-on-one effectively. Even characters like Reinhardt or Winston or something, if you freeze them and get a headshot, back up and play it safe, maybe use an ice wall or something to keep them back, you can one-on-one just about everybody, and it's also effective for keeping back groups of people, because you can freeze a few people at a time, I'm pretty sure, or at least slow them down. So that's really all I have to say about her primary fire. There isn't much to say about it, just freeze people, and then when they're frozen, shoot them in the head. But her ice wall is where you can get really creative when playing Mei. Obviously you can use it to block people off, or, you know, keep people in corridors, but it has such a short cooldown that you can use it pretty liberally, but you have to be really careful when you use it around teammates. Like, it's really easy to ruin teammates' pushes, or, you know, like, okay, for example, I was playing Zarya, I had full charge, I had Graviton Surge, and there was a Mei on my team, and you can probably guess where the story's going. But I used the Graviton Surge, and then the Mei puts the ice wall right in my face, so I have to go all the way around, and by the time I get around, the Graviton Surge is just about over, the enemies are out, I'm overextended, and then I die, and since I was the tank, I was the frontline person, and then they break through, and then the game was over, they won after that. So it's really easy to screw things up as Mei, because as Mei, your ice wall is one of the only abilities in the game that is exactly the same regardless of what team you're on. You can use the ice wall the same way that an enemy Mei would use the ice wall, and it'll have the same effect on both teams. So you have to be really careful and make sure you're using the ice wall to benefit your team and not the enemies. So I'm pretty careful when using it. I try not to use it around teammates, but I'll admit sometimes I still fuck things up because it's pretty easy to. So just be careful when using your ice wall. Think about what you're doing when you use it. And another fun thing to do with the ice wall is if you're in the middle of a fight, shoot it at your feet to put you above the enemies and then jump down on top of them, because that usually disorients them and you're harder to hit when you're falling from the sky. So then, you know, just freeze them and shoot them in the face with an icicle. And your icicle, your right click as Mei, is incredibly powerful. It has no fall off, like it doesn't go in an arc, it just goes perfectly straight. It's just got travel time. So once you get used to that travel time, your right click is really good at long to medium ranges, which it kind of puts Mei in a weird position. She doesn't quite feel like a frontline skirmisher, but she also doesn't feel like a backline, like, sniper kind of character. And I feel like that kind of puts a lot of people off of playing Mei, because they don't know where they should be or what they should be doing or what kind of niche they need to be filling. So at least for me, what I figured out when I play Mei to be effective, especially on defense, is to control the areas around a control point and not necessarily be on the control point itself. Because as you saw in Hanamura, for example, when I was up in that left area, that left and up place with the little hallway, it was really easy for me to control that entire area and kill people coming in and out, and generally just control the map up there. And then I would build up my ultimate up there, and then when the enemies made a large push, then I would use my ulti to completely shut that down. Because Mei's ultimate is really, really good at just stopping pushes or delaying people in general. And you couple that with the fact that she can cryo freeze on the point to delay even further, and then ice wall herself off to delay even further. Mei is really good at just shutting down pushes and ultimates. So basically, as Mei, spend your time controlling side routes to the main objective to build up your ultimate, and then use your ultimate to shut down enemies' big pushes to the main objective. And also spend a lot of your time using your ice wall to try to shut down enemies' ultimates, because, like, if a McCree high noons or something, and you just put an ice wall on his face and he can't see you to lock on, then he's just wasted it. Or if a Lucio tries to push with drop the beat and you just stop their team from moving forward, then they've wasted it. But another thing you can do with her ice wall, which I want to mention real quick, is even if you just use it to, like, redirect enemies and make them, like, if you funnel them through somewhere, like, for example, if there's a wide corridor and you put the ice wall down and only leave a sliver of room for them to come through, then you're funneling them through, and it's so much easier for people with AoE on your team to kill them. And that Tracer just put a pulse bomb on me and I cryo freezed and completely absorbed the pulse bomb somehow, which really doesn't make much sense considering that the pulse bomb is, like, directly on my body and then I just surround myself in ice. Like, shouldn't I just blow up in there with it? When I unthaw, shouldn't it just be, like, a dead body coming out? But whatever. That's really all I have to say. Sorry if I repeated myself a little bit. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you found some of this useful. I hope these tips weren't just, like, super awful. And yeah, thanks for watching. I will catch you guys next time.